Everybody.
What's going on?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Love of Lapidary Podcast. Super stupid excited to be here. Hope you guys are too. Hi, everybody. Guys.
Hi.
Now,
How
just
are
in
you?
case you want to know what this is, it's somebody let me out of this silly box.
Too funny.
Oh, so glad to be here.
No,
Yeah,
super
absolutely.
excited to be back again. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Me too. How y'all been? Ryan,
Oh, we're doing great.
you're whispery. I don't know where your sound went.
That better?
There you go.
A little bit. You're still soft, but that's
Weird.
okay. There you go.
There
Yeah,
you
so
go.
we just been having fun playing with rocks.
Nice.
My
We
favorite
like to
thing.
play with rocks.
Hockey started back, so that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I missed
Super
it.
exciting. I know Des is excited about that.
Yeah, yeah. Open
Nice.
ice for the first time tomorrow. It's gonna be nuts.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Gotta get Zuri into it too. She'd be a good little feisty hockey player.
She is feisty for sure.
Right? Right?
Maybe that's what's wrong with my leg. Maybe she already reached through and hit me with a hockey stick.
She might have. She might have. She's a feisty one. She's super cool though. Brad, how's the shop coming?
Well, I got the outside of the shop all done and up, and I had to put the interior on hold a little bit because I need to get my mom and dad's house done.
There you go.
I promised my mom that once I got the main shop standing, I would finish her house. I want to have my mom in by Thanksgiving, and then we'll go back and work on finish the shop. So
There you go. There you go. Nice. Nice.
Let's
What do you
see,
do?
Jaws.
What up
Jaws
to?
Junior.
oh,
Good evening.
Oh, look, it shows up as host. That's me typing as host. I'll have to figure out how to change that.
And nobody has asked yet, what is a host?
Right? Right? Yeah, no, we don't have those here. Um, so obviously this is we're on new software, this podcast. So we will be playing around with this episode specifically with some of the software tools and see what works, what doesn't. Obviously, it says at the bottom, if you got questions, ask in chat. If you got comments, talk to us. We're here to talk about rocks. We're not here to have anything crazy going on. We are streaming in 3 different platforms, right? So, so if we've done it properly, we should be streaming in YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And I see Jaws has got 2 check marks. Are you watching in YouTube and Facebook, Jaws? And yes, we do have some goofballs. That's us. That's what's up.
that's what makes us so much fun. We all are a bunch of goofballs that just enjoy rocks.
Right. That's right. That's right. And it's kind of
Rocks.
odd because his second.
Rocks.
Oh, there they are. Okay. No, just YouTube. Okay. Interesting. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know if you. So I'm sorry, but it just is what it is, right? And I want to share with you what I'm seeing. I don't know if you guys are seeing it too. So next to Josh Jr. down in the corner there, do you see the little red thingy?
Right.
So that tells us that he's watching on YouTube, right?
I just blasted out the show.
Did you? Nice.
Yeah.
So Sharon did send a message and said once she gets her mom situated, she's going to try and jump in and talk with us a little bit.
Well, and if everyone want to be a little patient with us, this app that we're using is brand new. I'm
Yeah.
trying to find out now how to because it's not allowing me to reply to people in chat. So I'm even looking for that.
Really? Now that's
Yeah.
interesting. Ryan, can you reply to people in chat?
With my mouth.
But you
I'd
can't
rather do that than type
There's
anyway.
nowhere that you can type a message?
No.
Oh man.
Okay. So we'll have to see how that works.
Sounds like you're that designated driver, honey.
I can be that designated driver.
Oh
You guys
man,
may
I
have
hope she
to-
hasn't been
Yeah,
drinking.
you guys may have to jump on one of the other streams and make those.
Hey, Frank!
Frank, what's up?
Guys, share this out for us.
Yes, please share it out. So Facebook, Jaws, it's the Love of Lapidary, or no, it's Love of Lapidary. There's Sharon. Hey, Sharon. So yeah, so on Facebook it's Love of Lapidary, and it's the purple heart. I mean, my gosh, Jaws, I can't believe you don't have that group pinned already on Facebook. But you don't do a lot of Facebook, so glad you made it, Sharon. We're just working out some kinks and figuring out what's going to work. I'm going to be quiet for a few minutes, so I'm not just.
Are you afraid?
I'm not afraid. I just don't want to feel like I'm dominating the conversation.
No, you're okay. Everybody is starting to show up. I'm just chilling, just like at the beginning of my shows, mine and Andrew's shows. We just chill and wait for everybody to show up. That's why we do giveaways.
Hey, Matt, nice to see you can join us tonight.
He said he's been trying to get in. I just saw your message, Matt. Thank you for sending a message. How are you?
I'm whooped. I am
Yeah.
whooped.
You've been doing some serious concrete work.
Yes, ma'am.
You can have that stuff.
That's why he makes the big bucks.
Yeah. I did 430 yards yesterday, Matt.
Nice. Nicely done. That form work or flat work?
It was all flat work.
That's nice. Yeah.
Luckily, the guy, it was just for a cattle yard. So when they bring their cows in to feed them in the winter, they had kind of a flat floor to stand on. So the guy told me, I don't want you to finish it. Just screen it out and broom it and walk away. It was like, yes.
That's a good day. Yep, that's a good day.
Yeah, that was the best 30-yard pour I've done in a long time. No finish.
Twyla, you are always gonna want to just.
Oh yeah, just dump it on the ground, flick it out, ready to roll, man.
Right,
Yep.
right. So, Twyla, did you see the show streaming live on Facebook? Or
I shared the show link on Facebook.
okay, I'm just wondering because I'm on the Facebook page now, and I'm trying to see it myself, and I don't see it. So I don't know where. I mean, it says it's streaming to Facebook, but I don't see it. So we'll have to work that.
You're gonna have to wait.
Right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get on my computer, and I'm on my phone. I'm trying to get on the computer, but I haven't logged in a week, so it's not cooperating real well.
I wonder if I
All right,
have.
I'm just excited to be back.
Right. It's just odd that it's not, because according to the software, it is streaming on all three. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll figure all that out. But thank
Work
you.
through the kinks slowly.
Yeah.
Pretty much, guys. Our first show was just about us getting on and saying hi to everyone and making sure.
No, we came to say there's only one important thing in life.
That's right. You can never
That's
have
rocks.
enough rocks.
Rocks. Nothing else matters as long as you have a rock.
That's right. That's right.
Rocks
are
rock.
good. We like rocks. But yeah, that does. Now let me see. So y'all go ahead and talk. I'm just kind of playing around with some stuff here to see if there's something that
So
I
Josh said he did a search for all live videos for Lapidary and nothing's showing up.
Nothing shows up. Okay.
Yeah.
So something. Okay, so this is why, because I have to set it up as an event. Even though it streams to Facebook, I have to set it up as an event. So let's see. So I'm going to do that now. While
I have events daily.
Continue to chat here.
Yeah, I've got events every day.
So there's that. There's
Now,
that.
while you're doing that, just want to let Jaws know, Jaws, So I have completely revamped my whole saw, that whole new filter system, everything on my slab saw. Man, I'm telling you, it took out a half inch of sludge out of my oil on that new filtration system in about 2 hours of cutting.
Really?
Oh, it was awesome.
So you didn't re-clean your saw when you put that on. You just went ahead and let the Everclear clean what little bit was in the bottom.
Just so what I did is I had cleaned my saw, and then I put oil in there, and the unit wasn't ready, so I had done some cutting.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and hooked the whole unit up. And while I was cutting and everything, it cleaned that oil and took most of that sludge out. I had a little bit left in the bottom that had settled in there.
Oh, nice.
And I
You'll
had
never
I had
get it all out.
Yeah, no, I had a half inch. I'm not kidding you. In 2 or 3 hours time, I had a half inch of sludge in that canister where it filtered that oil.
Oh, wow.
Supposed to check it every 30 minutes.
Well, now you tell me.
I didn't know you were running it. So
Yeah,
whenever you're using the EverClean, you turn it on, you let it pump through for 30 minutes. You go pull the can, clean the can, put it back in every 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, some of my rocks don't cut every 30 minutes.
Yeah, Dave.
So what we
That means-
normally do is we cut all day, and then at the end of the day, we run 2 30-minute cycles without a stone in. We just let it run
I've done that as well. Yeah.
with the blade just running, shaking
Do you
everything
run it
up.
with your blade running?
Yep, sure do.
Okay,
Just no
yep.
stone. It's just less wear on the saw.
Oh, you don't
know what I
run
mean?
it while you're cutting?
No, I do sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
what we've been doing lately, we figured out it gets a lot cleaner when there's not a stone cutting in it.
Well, yeah, granted, because you're not adding something to it as it's cutting and
Yeah.
filtering. I put brand new oil in there, and your oil has a little bit of tint to it. But
Yeah.
I did a second cleaning because what I did, I changed to a different oil. I wanted to go ahead and check Highland Park's oil against the IP32 that I've been using. Man, I'm telling you, it's like water compared to honey with their oil. It is like pouring baby oil down in there. It is so thin, and it just my saw has never cut as quietly as with their oil, even with that filter that I have running on there. And so I'm pretty well sold on it. And the reason I bought that, so everybody out there knows what we're talking about. I have slab saws. Yes, it is about rocks, right? Because you have to see what's on the inside of a rock. So the slab saw that I use is a Highland Park 16-inch that I bought about 3 years ago. I just bought their EverClean system, which what it does is it has a centrifugal system on it that it spins the oil, and it spins all of the particles out of the oil and traps it, returns your oil back in while you're cutting. So one of the things I realized is when you don't have that, and you don't clean your oil often enough, which sometimes we just do because we're busy, you're getting all of those particles and pieces of rock and everything floating all over your saw. It gets in your vise. It gets everywhere. You get wear and tear on the blade, wear and tear on the vise. And as expensive as oil is right now, there's no way I don't want to have to filter the oil through sacks and have any loss that way or anything else, because it was $145 to get 5 gallons of oil with shipping, no matter where you go, unless you're using a fairly thick oil. And so this right here will save the life of the saw and the cost of the oil.
Where do you buy your oil from, Dave?
This right here, I got straight from Highland Park.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought their oil.
I
Yeah.
don't remember it costing that much, but it's been a long time since I bought oil too. I'm getting ready
It
to
wasn't.
get my oil.
Everything has gone up almost double during the last year and a half, and shipping has
Okay.
just gone sky high. Right now, a 5-gallon container of oil, the shipping on it is $45,
Mm.
no matter where you go. I mean, it's it's just crazy.
That's
I'll
why
be
I've
going-
been using Kingsley North Lubricool,
Right.
because I can just drive there and get it. I don't got to pay the shipping.
Right,
Everything
right.
else is high.
I may be going up to the Tractor Supply and getting the mineral oil that they use on the farms. I know
So
that's
Kingsley North's oil for on my end, it's 100. I think it's 110 for the 5 gallons, but it's still $40 shipping on top of it. So doesn't matter where, it's kind of the same price.
Right. Right.
Because Highland Parks is that price, that includes the shipping.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess,
So
Jaws, I'm the same way. I got my old 24-inch, and I don't want to be cutting holes in my tank. I'm nervous. That's why I haven't ordered one.
Oh, you know something? I got really, really lucky. I didn't have to do that because the brand new models of their saws, starting 3 years ago, come with everything already cut, don't they, Ryan?
Just took the plate off and screwed that thing on.
Right?
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Took the bolt off of the back, pulled that bolt out of there, put the pump in that direction, pulled the plate off,
Courtney.
set the unit up there.
Courtney
Yeah.
calling me and being like,
Right. Hey, Ryan, do me a favor. No, I know some people, a couple people I know just use the regular, they go to a farm store and get mineral oil, and that seems to work fine for them. I will probably start doing that now that my warranty is out on my saw. I wanted to use the Highland Park at least as long as my warranty was in effect. I did order the Everclear, Everclean, whatever it's called, for my saw. And thank God, before I cut a hole in the side of my saw, found out that I can't even put it on my saw because it's a
you have a small saw.
Yeah. Well, and it's not. I could put it on it. Wow, what is that echo? I could put it you can put it on a 14-inch. If it's the freestanding 14-inch, you can't put it on a tabletop because the vibration will vibrate it right off the table, apparently. So, yeah.
Jaws will come over and weld a stand on you.
Huh? Say again?
I said Jaws will come over and weld a stand on it for you.
He probably would. He probably actually would do that for me because he's cool like that. Yes, exactly, from Tractor Supply, right, Frank? And that's what I'm going to start doing too.
And I know Brad was trying to say something, and I think I talked over him.
No,
I just was agreeing with the oil. I use an oil that I get from a guy in Salt Lake. It's just a super light mineral oil and works great for me.
There you go.
Well, and yours probably is what they call the white light, and which is 2 different grades of mineral oil. So the one is thicker; it's kind of a little bit more of a goldish color, and the other one is water white. I mean, it's just clear. And I was just doing a lot of research because I was looking for a place to get it. What happened is the company that I buy mine from here, that I usually buy from, they sold me some stuff that was really, really thin. And every time I'd walk up there, it smelled like fuel, and it just made me so sick that I couldn't stand to be around my saw. And come to find out, what they had sold me was a shingle oil that was a level 2 lung hazard. You're supposed to wear a respirator with it.
What the heck is shingle oil?
Well, so have you ever seen shingle shakes? Wooden shingles?
Yeah.
So you bathe those in oil to preserve them and make the water bead up and run off.
But it's not mineral oil. It's a different kind of...
It's mineral oil, so it's 50% mineral oil and 50% distillate. And that distillate in this is kind of a type of a fuel distillate.
Right.
And they said, no, you're supposed to wear a respirator with that. Well, thank you for telling me, because you sold me this as rock oil like you've been doing for years,
Right.
And so, so I went looking for something else and did a lot of research.
And that's where you do have to be real careful if you're going to do an aftermarket. Like Frank just said, make sure you get the ones, the mineral oil that is used for constipated horses and cows.
Right.
That's the kind you want, right? And that is what I will be using. So, Matt's back. Hi, Matt.
Well, hello, Matt.
Welcome back.
Hola.
So I did check the, we are in fact live on Twitter. I'm going to have to play around with the Facebook side of it and see if I can figure out how to make that work. But Twitter.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can jump in this public chat here, and I'm not having a whole lot of luck.
Apparently, you on the software. Apparently, I'm the only one that can do that. You guys would have to log into the YouTube just like you used to with the other stuff.
Okay.
Which I would do if it gave me an option. We'll eventually figure out the software here, everyone, and
Yeah.
we can better respond to you.
Yeah, we just, there were certain things that we couldn't figure out without being live. So we'll get it all figured out.
Or alive, which I don't feel alive today.
Man, for real, thank you guys for coming.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm just gonna say it again. Make sure that you guys share for us, because the more shares that we get out, the more
what?
have awareness that people are gonna have about the show.
Yes.
Then
yes.
Questions flying through here in a couple weeks. That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we really want to. I'm sorry, Ryan. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say anything.
We really want this show to be real interactive with you guys, right? So we're here to talk about rocks. We're here to have a good time, but we want throw questions at us. You got stuff you want to know. You got stuff you want to talk about. Throw them out there. That's what we want to do. We want to be real interactive with you guys. I mean, because the five of us can sit around and talk about rocks forever. What do you guys want to know? What do you guys want to know? What do you guys want to talk about? Right?
Anybody been having issues in anything with lapidary that you need help with? Someone here can probably help you.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Anything.
The only issue I'm having is not enough rocks. I want more.
Right. Right.
You're about to get some snow up there, huh, Brad?
Oh my God.
It was actually snowing 2 days ago. Just a little skiff on the ground, but yeah, we've already started playing the winter games around here.
Crazy.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh,
hey.
Hallelujah Hills. That's not fun, man. Says
Jaron
they wish they could
Osborne.
fix their saw.
Split nut is worn out.
Yeah, the split nut is worn out.
Kind of saw is it?
We've been having issues with her saw for a while.
Jackie.
Jackie, I am in Utah.
Utah. Dave's in Oregon.
So I believe, I don't know what kind of saw they're running, but I've talked to several people with the same issue. As a matter of fact, I one time split a nut for a saw, but I know you can also order them.
Right.
And I think for that Spartan, Highland Park actually does have some of the components for that old Spartan.
Yeah.
Really? Nice.
Yes.
Sonny, a good cheap saw to start out with. Dude, just go get a tile saw from Home Depot. Harbor Freight has a nice good one we used for a while. And just buy a diamond blade. Get a centered rim diamond blade.
Yeah.
But
agates, make sure it's a wet tile saw. If you get one that says on the box, that it's specific, like for porcelain or ceramic, it's going to come with a diamond blade, and it's going to have everything that you need. That's what I use to do my preforms. I still use a tile saw.
And I agree. I use a tile saw. The only thing I always like to tell people, if you're going to use a tile saw, because I do run at a higher RPM, do not force the stone into that blade.
Yes,
let it cut gently.
Yeah,
I've had the experience where, I get in a hurry and I start pushing, and that's when that tile saw is going to grab that stone out of your hand and zing it clear across your shop.
Yes.
Don't get in a hurry.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time. I mean,
now,
Jackie, we are all probably more than willing to cut and polish your rocks. And
yeah.
Send them on, girl.
Lay a little oven on me.
Yeah. John says, I bought a 7-inch. I wish I'd have bought the 10-inch because I'd love to get a better blade. Yeah, I mean, it is, Sharon, that you could get, is it the MK303?
Yep.
Is that the
I know that Kingsley North carries 7-inch.
Kingsley does?
You're cutting out, Ryan.
Yep, because that's what I have too, Sharon. It's just a 7-inch.
Kingsley North carries good blades for a 7-inch.
Okay.
Yes,
Honestly,
John, that's a good point.
yeah, what I still use is literally I get the thinnest one I can get from Home Depot.
Yep.
You know what I
Now
mean?
you can get gradients, like you can get, different blades from Home Depot, but
Yep.
Rigid makes a real good blade.
Yep, that's what I use, and I get it from Home Depot. Yeah.
I believe DeWalt also makes one for that, don't they, Matt?
DeWalt does. There's several. I'm not sure what I've got on my saw at the moment, but I think it might be an MK Diamond.
Okay.
Well, and for my
I just want to comment against. Sorry, Dave.
Go ahead, Brad.
I just want to comment on Josh's comment there really quick. He's talking about some of the lapidary blades that you can buy are not designed to go with the speed of a tile saw. So whatever diamond blade you buy, make sure if your tile saw spins at 3,500 RPM, make sure the diamond blade you buy can stand up to that kind of speed.
Right.
That's
And what I was going to add to that, Brad, is where I'm not a super big fan. I don't use the MK blades. I found other replacements. But if you go to MK's website, they actually have an explanation for each one of those blades and what they're used for. And that would be a good place to go and get the information that you need.
Yep.
Nice.
Under $100, honey. Under $100, dude.
Yeah, a wet towel saw is going to cost you anywhere from $80 to $110, depending on where you're at.
Harbor
And
Freight,
then
man, I'm telling you.
The diamond blades are around 35, 40.
What'd you say, Matt?
Harbor Freight, probably 110, 120 bucks.
The cheapest,
decent 7-inch saw. I've got their 7-inch. I've also got a higher end. Their higher end. It's not a higher end by any means, but it is their higher end 10-inch saw. And to Brad's point, you don't force the stone across the blade. I run blades from Home Depot, sometimes from Harbor Freight. It's really to me about alignment and pressure, right? So if you want to dull and strip your blade of diamonds, get that thing cockeyed on her and push on it real hard, and it'll just strip the diamond right off your blade, right? And it's junk, automatic. It'll warp it, it'll grab your stone, it'll break it. But if you take your time and you focus on your alignment, right? And you've got good water flow, which they all have. They're all diamond saws, all tile saws nowadays are all water. As a matter of fact, it's against the law in most states to cut any kind of stone, tile, block, concrete without dust of some kind.
Suppression.
So, Jackie, I saw your comment there that, there are a lot of rules and you just want to have fun and see what's inside of rocks. But here's the reason why they're having to explain and what the difference is. There's a difference between something that was intentionally made to cut rocks with and you just set it up, you put your oil in, you cut, right? But when you're using something like a tile saw that was not designed to cut rocks, then you have to look at the little modifications that will allow you to do it not as much safely as effectively. So some of the blades don't spin at the speed that they need to get the rocks to cut without ruining the blade or without causing a problem. So that's where you kind of get into a little bit more of that stuff that seems like, we got a lot of rules. And so don't let that discourage you. It's really not that big of a thing. It's a lot more simple than what it actually sounds.
I can tell you, to your point, Dave, if you go buy a Harbor Freight 7-inch tile saw that comes with a blade, and even if it doesn't come with a blade, buy a Harbor Freight blade and cut rocks. I mean,
that's right.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All it's about.
It's just a matter of buying the right blade for it, and that's a pretty simple procedure, just like anything else.
It's real important to remember too that it's a lot of it is personal preference, right?
Sure. Yep.
And it's We just want to make sure that you're being safe, right?
Right.
That's all.
Yeah. And Jackie, Minnesota Lapidary has a really good reputation. I don't buy from them. I buy a little more local and do other things, but they have a good reputation. If they're more local to you, get a hold of them and say, this is what I want to do. I mean, this is the type of information that we like to give out. Yes, go to Minnesota Supply and say, hey, this is what I want to do. What do I need?
Right.
You said, Dave, thank you. Just know most of the time I'm just being a smart apple, though.
So Jaws had made a comment about the thickness of the blades, and yes, the rigid and the DeWalt are a little bit thicker, right, than an actual rock blade. He prefers to run something that's real thin, like 0.5 millimeter, and that's just for waste, right? Because when you run that thicker blade, you do have a little bit of waste. But I found a nice diamond blade. I believe it's a rigid. At Home Depot, I think it's 0.7 millimeters instead of 0.5. So
I believe it is 0.7.
whatever, you know,
I mean,
I don't care about 0.2 millimeters. It's not that serious. Anything that I'm concerned about waste with is going to be something that's super soft that I'm going to probably cut on my little bandsaw anyway instead of using the tile saw. You know what I mean? Fact of the matter is, you're cutting rocks, you're going to have waste, right? So, but that's just my opinion. So,
hey, so Sonny had said that they don't have a Harbor Freight up his way. I don't know where his way is, but
he's up here by us. I got him. I got him.
Yeah, hook him up.
And you can order online from Harbor Freight,
Yep,
or at the very least go on and look and see what they have. And you know, and some stuff you get from Harbor Freight. Now listen, there's some stuff I bought from Harbor Freight. I'm like, well, wish I hadn't done that. A lot of times I go to Harbor Freight and I get a one-time use tool because I know it's just not going to last. Other things are a whole lot better. So as a matter of fact, this right here. So this is a piece of sponge. This is fossilized sponge, and I needed to stabilize this. And I went out, and I hadn't used my vacuum chamber in a couple of months. Went to use it. A little corrosion inside. After 4 uses, it was just junk. It would not fire up and spin the pump. And I'm thinking, wow, I just paid $180 for this thing. And it was a single stage, small pump for that price. And so I started looking everywhere online. And of course, what did I come across? I came across a Harbor Freight, and they had one right here in town. So I could run over, you know, it's 20 miles from me. I could run over and go get it. I walked up to the shelf where they finally showed me where that thing was, and I went to lift it off the shelf, and I thought it was going to give me a hernia. It's $171. It's a 2-stage pump. Now, for doing the lapidary work, for stabilizing, 1 stage, 2 stage, not a big deal. But what I did find out when I brought it home, I bought the extended warranty. I've got 2 years warranty on it, no matter what happens. $30 for that. I hooked it up. I fired it up. I mean, it sucked everything right down to negative 37 atmospheres. I came back out 10 minutes later, still cool. Let it run 20 minutes. Came out again, still cool. The other ones that I've used in 10 minutes time would be so hot you couldn't lay your hand on them. I ran this thing for 2.5 solid hours and still was cool. So sometimes they actually have things that are just as good as anything else you can buy. So I've kind of learned not to turn my nose up so much as what I used to.
Yeah, I mean, just because it says Harbor Freight doesn't mean it's crap, right?
I'm not going to go that far.
Some things maybe are, but
we had a Harbor Freight Dremel. I'm sorry, we had a Harbor Freight handheld polisher. And Jackie asked the handheld Dremel like tool from Harbor Freight or a normal Dremel, and it was not even close. It's not even close. It's twice as much for the Dremel. Buy the Dremel, dude. I promise you. You can't do anything on agates or pretty much anything harder than a 5.5 or a 6 with that Harbor Freight. It bogs down so bad. My Dremel just tears through stuff.
Okay.
And then the Dremel, they make a flex shaft.
Yes.
For the Dremel too that you can use, which is so nice. I love that.
The flex shafts are great, and the do you have a workstation? right?
Yeah, we have the workstation
The
that has the drill
workstation's
press.
awesome where you can do exactly,
Yeah.
where you can drill, you can hang your Dremel. It's a fabulous thing. I love it.
Yeah, that's what we use. That's how we every single
And how
tab
you
when
drill
we're
your
making our
holes.
for our pendants.
Nice.
Yep, and
nice,
it works great.
nice.
It works great.
There you go. There you go.
Brad's back.
I'm just.
Brad's
sorry.
back. Hi, Brad. Welcome back.
I had to sneak away for a second.
Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Say hello.
Hello.
What's been going on with you in your rock world lately?
I got a few rocks from Miss Tristan.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. She got a little care package she was all excited about.
There you go. Yeah, go get it. We want to see.
You're good, baby. Come here.
I'm gonna go get them.
Okay. Crazy kid.
Yeah, the actual Dremel, Jackie. Yep.
See that this is why. See, this looks like nothing. This is why you need. This is why you need a saw.
Beautiful.
I'm back.
It's Dramatolite, but it like from the outside it looks like absolutely nothing.
Right. Yeah, it just
Now,
looks like
Ryan,
a-
where's that stromatolite from?
From Utah.
From Utah.
Utah.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Okay, I don't have any Utah stromatolite.
I got it cheap. Hit me up. I
gotta have a chunk of that. I have 5 other stromatolites, but I don't have that one. So I have the Wyoming. I have
we
Mary
got
Ellen.
chunks.
Oh,
Sharon
nice.
says we need to do a workshop on stabilizing. So maybe next show we can talk about how to stabilize because I know
Oh, easy. We do
Dave
It is
and
so
Ryan both do it differently, right?
Sure.
So they have different systems.
Do you not
Now,
use
Ryan,
cactus juice, Dave?
Are you using cactus juice? Yeah, that's what
In
I
a
do.
vacuum? Yeah, that's what I
Right.
use.
Oh, is that what you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's
it's
the
the best
whole,
way.
there's the Opticon method. There's all kinds
don't
of
do
different
that.
things that you can
I
do.
don't do
There
that.
is a
Right.
bunch of different methods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So maybe,
with the
maybe we
Opticon,
talk about that next
I
week.
don't do
Yeah.
that because it's way toxic when you're
Oh,
cooking
yeah?
it. Yeah, I don't,
And there's
I
a
don't do
chance
that.
of blowing yourself, through a wall if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
With a vacuum chamber. With a
Stop
vacuum chamber.
Okay. What was that,
Yeah.
Matt? What did you just show us?
So I wanted to show, right, the old 7-inch Harbor Freight tile saw. That's a piece of gem bone, right? And it's a fairly large size piece of gem bone.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, oh, you can't use a tile saw. You can see right there in that reflection.
We rotated it.
There's a couple of band marks, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a pretty good cut,
Yeah.
That's on a 7-inch tile saw.
Dude, we have
Okay.
people come over here and they look at us like we're crazy. We have the Highland Park model, like the production trim saw, the huge one.
Oh, the
And
8-inch?
Yeah,
The
like
stand up? Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's the one I want.
We
I want that
cut
too.
huge things, and I just take my
Right.
time and I rotate it and I rotate it and I cut it and I push. I've cut huge things on that before.
Right.
You just got to take your time. It's just
And actually, that is a piece of equipment they designed to do that very thing. That blade spins at 5,000 RPM on that saw.
I got it to
Oh,
carve.
yeah.
I want to learn to carve with it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's an idea. Yeah.
Nice. I didn't
Well,
see
I
that
think
one
the
when I
big
was
thing
there.
about tile saws, Matt, really is, are you in a place where you don't mind making a mess, or do you want everything contained, and so, I'm standing in front of a tile saw, I got stuff splashing all over me, and it's just not my thing. Doesn't mean it's not for other people. Just like with
That's
everything else, just be careful.
Yeah, that's right. I can
I'm just
tell
going to
you,
be really blunt. If you're stupid, it's probably not for you.
I can tell you, I've
That
got
is
a
a good
7-inch
point.
trim saw sitting out there on the bench,
Yeah.
and it's just now getting cool enough to where I can get back out in the shop. But I've got a 7-inch trim saw out there on a bench. I used it probably 3 or 4 times, and I was like, I am not doing this. I'm not,
Right.
absolutely not doing this, dude. It's just not happening.
Uh,
Right
So
now-
Matt went out and got himself a
and got a
chainsaw.
tile saw.
Now I do have a diamond chainsaw.
I saw that. That was so
And
awesome.
I've got a 18-inch cutoff saw, right? So
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
But that is a good point. I mean, yeah, a tile saw is going to be messy. right? Because you
Yep.
are going to be throwing water. You are going to
Jackie.
be, but you know what? That's what they make aprons. That's what they make waterproof aprons for.
Yeah, and
What
Our
is
trim
that?
saw.
Is that
Our trim saw
honeycomb
does it.
calcite you got there, Emma?
Yeah.
It sure is pretty. It's a nice
yeah,
color.
so you can also rig, a splash guard on your tile saw, or
Yeah.
most of them come with a splash guard, right? So just put it on.
Yeah, over the blade. Yeah, but you're still throwing water. You're
Oh,
still.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I do. But, I put my apron on. I've got a small, like, I don't know, what is it, 10 gallon, 20 gallon trash can that I put right in front of it. So anything that's flying off is going in the trash can.
I can tell you, I made
It
I bent
works.
a piece of aluminum that I put a little clamp on,
Uh-huh.
and I clamped that piece of aluminum right to the front of my tile saw, and it stops a lot of the spray from coming out.
Nice. Okay.
And it's
I'll
just
have to look
shield
into
on
that.
nothing
How
more
do
than
you
a little
How do
shield.
you deal with the splash out the back?
Well,
If that makes sense,
it's
right?
rotating towards me. It doesn't. Mine doesn't splash off the back.
Mine
Okay.
doesn't splash out the back either.
Yeah, I don't know if my new one does or not. My old one, when I had it in an area that actually has walls, kind of jacked up the walls. So I had to move it into a different room. I was told I had to, in a storage room where it's not, that big of a deal. And I can make as big of a mess as I want to. But I don't know if this one splashes out
Oh,
the
that's
back or
so
not.
cool.
The old one did, though.
Thank you for showing us. That's really pretty. What
What's
is that?
that one?
Rose quartz.
Oh,
that's
that
pretty.
is pretty. Very nice. So for those of you that don't know, this is Emma, Matt's daughter. So she's going to be helping us out too. And
Awesome.
we're very happy to have her. And now she's going to hide. Sorry, Emma.
She loves to be a little mini-co, right?
Right? That's okay. We like that.
Oh my gosh, my hair blends in with the rocks.
Uh-oh. I must have made Jaws feel stupid. He says he's going to sell everything now.
Well, who are you going to sell it to? Sell it to us.
It's good. No, I live closer.
I'll hook the trailer up and head up there, Jaws.
Yeah, right? Sonny said hi, Emma.
Hi.
Hello.
I can't see. Oh.
Yeah, it's just in the comment.
It's
Yeah.
all in those comments.
One of our viewers said hi to you.
Yep.
So,
Now, Jaws, I'm going to tell you right now, my trim saw does not make a mess. Matter of fact, none of my 4 trim saws make a mess. I
Four
stand
trim
directly in front of them so it all hits me and goes nowhere else.
that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah.
How often do you have grit in your teeth, Dave, from you cutting on them saws?
I try not to let it happen too awfully often, so now I have learned to wear a dust mask.
Just, don't smile.
They will,
like
even
riding
on
a
a 6 inch.
motorcycle.
So if you're trying to get a little slab off of something, you're trying to raise up the water shield just a little bit and get that stone in there, and inevitably you get it up high enough so the next thing you know, you got a stream right across the middle of your face right here. And so
That's
I wear
right.
my ball cap and my dust mask, and honestly now, one thing that I can tell you, I have several trim saws that I've used, and they cut good. When I fired up that Highland Park trim saw the first time and I put their blade on it and I put a piece of rock in that thing cuts like a monster. That blade eats everything in sight. And I mean, there were just stuff flying everywhere. I thought, yeah, you learn to wear safety glasses in a hurry with a blade that's that aggressive.
Right.
And keep in mind, a lot of people don't understand when you're cutting, most of this stuff is silicated. It's like getting small pieces of glass in your eyes. So wear something to protect your eyes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I even wear safety glasses over my glasses.
I don't.
No, I'm doubly minded safety.
I used to. I don't anymore. I will for certain things.
All right,
just
Uncle
like with
OSHA,
the dust
calm
mask.
down.
I'll wear the dust mask for certain things
Right.
as well.
Yep.
And I will wear the safety glasses if I'm cutting slag or obsidian, only because I've had pieces of glass go in my eye even with my glasses on.
Right.
So with those particular ones, I will wear the safety glasses.
And I'm the same way on my cabbing machine. So if I cab something and what's coming off makes me feel a little bit ill or sick, then the next time I'll wear a dust mask.
Yeah.
I've got
After it's too late.
Too
right?
late.
Emma, what's that one?
I don't know,
pudding stone,
but I named it.
Oh, a pudding stone. You named it. What's its
no
name?
pudding tane.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
It's called disgusting brown bread.
Disgusting brown bread.
Oh, that's great.
Little
That's
pudding
great.
tane. Ask me again, I'll tell you the same.
Right, there you go.
I don't like it.
I haven't heard that in a long time. That's the blast from the past.
That's right.
Even Jaws wears a face shield with obsidian.
I've got asthma, so I always wear a mask when I'm cutting or polishing. I know a lot of people don't, but I can tell you, and a lot of people say, well, it doesn't get in the air. I can tell you that's nonsense. 'Cause
It does.
Of course it
Absolutely
does. Of course
it does, because you have water mist, so you're grinding something into particles that are so small that water mist particles are 100 times that size. So yes, it carries with that water
It's
mist.
completely aerosolized, right?
That's right.
So I wear one because I can tell if I don't. I can tell by the next morning when I get up, it's no bueno, not good,
Nope.
man.
I'm the same way. And once in a while, I will get excited about something, and next thing I know, I realize, wait a minute, I got this blowing up in my face, and I don't have my mask on. I have to go find a mask.
I get it.
But most of the time, I do wear a mask.
Yeah.
Which Matt, is hard because, like you, I have asthma. And so, wearing that mask can be difficult. It's not a comfortable thing to do when you're trying to breathe through it. And,
I tell you, with the line of work that I do, I'm just so used to it that I just,
work right
it's
through it.
second nature. If I start to cut and I'm putting one on.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Well, and I wish
Yeah, I find.
Bless you.
Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to say, I wish that they had thought of this back in the 80s because I used to haul silica sand in blow tanks, pneumatic bulk. So you had this stuff blowing all over the place, or a hose would break, or just the wind would come up where you're unloading and you're breathing this silica sand. And we did that for a long time. They did not know about silicosis very much back in those days.
The rhodochrosite.
So, it is something.
Okay, turn it over.
Emma, what have you got there?
I don't know.
She don't know.
That almost looked like
Is
a
it
piece of
rhodochrosite?
rhodochrosite. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what we're
That's
thinking too.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a crystal.
It
That's
is.
beautiful.
If that's
A nice dark
rhodochrosite,
pink, I
that's
like
a
it.
good quality piece of rhodo.
It is
Oh, look at
Rhodo.
that.
Oh,
Always.
man. I can't tell what that one is.
I'm not sure.
I think Miss Courtney did too.
I believe that's from Miss Courtney.
Oh, that's the Malagano jasper
Yes.
cap. Yep.
Yeah.
Very
That's
nice.
from Miss Courtney.
Hey, Nick, the thing that's important about wearing a mask around some of the saws, if you're like me, I'm always wanting, I'm just in a hurry to open it and see what that next cut is like. When you open that lid, it has all that mist coming up, but that mist is the same way. It aerosolizes whatever you're cutting. And I have had it a couple of times make me feel pretty bad.
Yeah. I will occasionally, especially if I spend more than a couple hours at a time and don't take a break, I'll start to get a headache.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
So if you're like me, I go over and I grab the handle on the saw. I go, I don't want to go find a mask. I just want to see what's in the saw.
Stop.
Right? Yeah, and that is hard, especially if you're slabbing. Like you hear it drop. First thing you want to do is go open that saw.
Oh yeah, I don't want to wait.
Or you're better just let it sit for 2 minutes.
Right?
Let it settle and then go open it.
So
I can't even slab right now. My saw is so muddy. I
Nick.
gotta clean it out.
I
was
think
gonna
I'll just
clean
cut
it
a hole
today,
in the
but we
lid
have
on mine.
plumbers here.
I think
Right.
I'll just cut a hole in the lid, and I'm just going to put me an attachment on there and put a shop vac on it to circulate the air as it's cutting.
Oh shit, Dave.
Hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Oh man,
Absolutely.
the things
That's
we
great.
do for the love of rocks.
Telling you, it's insane, right? It's crazy, crazy.
It,
But it's fun.
it is.
Too.
I love it.
You know, Mother Nature is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
You know, the things that, like, I don't know, I even will go out in the yard and be like, I wonder what lives inside of this, you know, and just bring it in, cut it open just to see what lives inside.
No,
you know?
no, Jackie, because it takes at least 10 seconds to get that mask over my face, and I want to open that saw right now.
He wants that mist in his face, don't you know?
It's easier just to hold my breath and hope.
Right? I've done that too. My husband one time, he thought it was sounding weird, so he came down and forgot to turn it off.
No.
And there was oil everywhere. He's like, it just sounded like it was something was going on. That was back when, Ryan, do you remember when I had the rock that was hanging too low and it would hit the arbor?
Yes.
And it would make that noise? It was then.
Oh. Okay.
So he kept hearing that noise of the rock hitting the arbor, and he decided to come check it out and got a face full of oil.
Hey, you know something? He'll only do that once.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I've done it a couple of times.
Have you?
He doesn't mess with the saw now. Now he says, something sounds weird. I think you should go check it. He doesn't even, he don't play with it no more.
I have forgotten a couple of times to flip the water shield down over the top of my blade on my trim saw. And,
Yes.
you know, just it's the whole thing with rocks. You know, again, that whole desire just want to get it done. Let's get it in there.
Yep,
And,
let's check it out.
Yeah, we just kind of lose all sense of everything.
Right. That's hilarious, Frank.
So Frank,
likes
that
to
is
cut things
exactly
open to see what's inside your
what
most
got
neighbors.
me into
That's
this.
hilarious.
Frank's talking about
What,
his.
cutting your neighbors open?
Well, he's talking about loving to see what's open things to see what's inside, and that has cost me lots of thousands of dollars because I just have to see it in so many different ways and do so many things with it. Because what you see when you open it and you see what's inside, you're thinking, okay, now what can it make? So, now I want the equipment to, and I do all of these different things. And my wife, she put her foot down one day and said no more. And I just gave her divorce papers and said, here you go. Now I can afford the rocks. But it really is kind of that important to us. It's that whole, those people like us who just have to see what's inside of that rock will just do just about anything.
Yeah, it's a sickness for sure, right?
I haven't lost a neighbor yet, though, because they have a race car next door, and their race car is louder than my saw.
There you go. So they don't care.
It's the one thing that pulls me away, so I start the saw, and then I go toward the siren's call of the race car, because I do love it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So, Brad, what's up with, not to totally change the subject, but what's going on with your shows, you and Monica?
We have another show coming up next weekend. On like the 13th or 14th, we'll be up in Rock Springs, Wyoming for a couple of days. And then we'll be in Leaton, Utah in November. And I think that's just about I think we only got 2 or 3 shows left for the year.
Okay, nice.
Now, how big of a show is it when you get into Leaton?
That one in Leaton that I do every year is put on by the Crystal Barista, and they have about 60 vendors that come to that show. So it's a real fun show. Its atmosphere is wonderful. They have stuff for the little kids corner that's nothing but like panning for gold for the kids, and they have a giant sandbox they put out, and they put polished stones and rough stones and let the kids just sift through the sandbox. So it's a pretty neat. They've made it a real family adventure. So families can come, bring their kids. Their kids have got something to do, rocks to look at. And she mixes everything from fossils and the metaphysical. If you want people that do tarot cards. They've got tarot card readers there, and so she really wraps the whole community into one big show.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
It's just Teddy's
Not
root
a
beer.
sponsor.
Somebody asked what I was sipping on. Didn't want to give them the wrong idea. You know, Leaton, Utah is a really great little town to begin with. I lived there for several years back in the 80s, and my daughter and my ex-wife are still there, right there in Ogden. They've moved to Ogden now. But there's something about the atmosphere there, Brad. That's what made me ask, you know, how big of a show it was. Because, you know, the area that you're in there, different people, you just never know what they're going to like. So I wasn't sure how it'd go over.
It's probably one of the biggest shows I do every year, Dave.
Oh, nice. I love Leaton. It's a great place.
As far as the amount of people that come to the show, I should say, it's one of the biggest shows I do every year. And as everybody knows, we do a lot of shows.
What do you mean, Jackie? The fun stuff isn't only for the kids. We're here. She said, why is the fun stuff only for the kids?
It's not just for the kids. You want to pan for gold, go right on ahead. Nobody's going to stop you. I just know their panning trough's kind of low to the ground. You might have to bend over if you're a taller person.
Nice. Too funny.
Oh, he was talking about Brad's drink too, so I didn't even see Brad drink.
You know, to 100% honest, that's a glass of water. I drink more water than I do anything else.
I'm a little disappointed, Brad. I figured it was good old Southern sweet tea.
No sweet tea for
he
this
doesn't
guy.
live in the South, Dave.
Say what?
I said he doesn't live in the South, Dave.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm telling you, I did, and I love sweet tea.
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, me either.
I think it's a cultural thing. If it's what you, so my family all loved, you know, they all love sweet tea. And now we drink unsweetened tea. You know, it's a little more healthy. My wife got me into that, but once in a while I get a dry. And they make it different in the South than what they do up in Oregon. Or Oregon sweet tea is not sweet tea,
right.
More like sweet pea.
Oh my gosh!
It's like drinking a Coors.
Oh Lord,
that ain't
Dave,
beer.
That's hilarious.
Hey Dave, I'd say when you migrate from sweet tea to non-sweet tea, right? That's just part of getting old.
It is. You know, it's kind of like it's kind of like having to push on the hair and get it to come out there. You know.
The fish fossil's cool. I like that.
Well, and maybe that's why we like rocks so much. So maybe maybe every younger person like Emma, who loves rocks, is a fossil in training.
Really? Jaws?
Yeah.
Dave, did you read that comment of Jaws as how he's so sweet he don't need to drink anything sweet? I think he's got to. Yeah, we'll just leave that comment alone, Jaws.
Yeah,
let's leave that alone.
I've been out on a dig with Jaws. I'm just going to shut my mouth.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you know something? We had a blast that day. Jaws got
the video's great.
We got invited to go dig Beers Mountain Jasper, which is a rendition of the old Biggs Jasper. And we went up. I think there were 25 other people in the group that we went with. We went up in May. It was cold when we got up there. It was fairly warm when we left. And it was a blast. And Jaws, I didn't know what he was doing. So when I got up there, I was in the office looking at all of the Jasper displays, and Jaws called me, and I came out. All these people standing around in a circle. Jaws had this quart jar, a canning jar, that had a hole cut through the top. And he explained what it was that we do with the kids, and he passed that jar around. And they donated almost $150 to our charity to help buy rock tumblers for kids who have autism. Wow. And so they just treated it just really gracious people, and we just had a blast. We had a good time.
Very nice.
Yes.
Is that the day you opened the gate and shut yourself in?
No, that was
Okay.
the next trip. You know,
Oh,
and
okay.
and from now
Yeah,
on.
you can tell us about that next show.
Oh yeah, I'm not getting out of the van from now on.
It's time to go sunflower seed, Dave.
It's time to go, sunflowers. Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, that's polka dot.
Hey, y'all forgot to
Yes,
ship them.
Sonny, those
Yeah,
are
polka
turquoise
dot.
gauges that
BBC
Ryan has in
Ocean.
his ears that I made for him.
Bye-bye.
It's what, Hubei, right? Is that Hubei in your ears, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to cut
Oh,
you
no,
off.
no.
I don't want to run us over too much
Nope.
because I know I got to go and Ryan's got to go as well. So thank you all for coming. We love you. Does anybody have any closing comments they want to say, or are we all just saying
I think
thanks
you're
for
just,
coming?
You know
Have a
something?
good night.
Just
See you
thanks for
next
coming.
week.
Say see you
we'll
next
see
week.
y'all
Peace out.
next week.
Yeah,
Thanks
we'll
for
see you
joining
next
us.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Everybody had a good time.
Come on back.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Absolutely.
Thank
It'll only
you.
get better. Thank you for hanging out for the first show.
Woo.
Right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.